Hello everyone, my name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you to a My Thoughts video on a recent game announcement that I personally want to give my 2 cents on and talk about my thoughts on them announcing this. Even though this has been rumored for quite some time that they were doing this, even though you would know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the name of the video, depending on what format you're watching it and where the title is at, I wanted to give my my 2 cents on this because I have a lot to say about this, and it's not necessarily 100% bad or 100% good. It's like good and bad, and that's on the recently announced slash leaked remake of the first Last of Us. Now, I know The Last of Us was a really, really, really big game from Naughty Dog. At the very least, the first one, if you know what I'm talking about, given that what gaming fans and online stuff had to go through a few years ago on you know what. But The Last of Us, the first one, was a really, really beloved game on the PlayStation 3. It was a near-end release for the PlayStation 3. I think it was in 2013. A real big, Naughty Dog, the same creators as like Jack and Daxter and Uncharted. And the new game, it came out, big game. They remastered it on the PS4. It's so beloved. Single player, multiplayer, maybe not so much. But like the single player, it's probably one of the best games PlayStation has had in forever. And I'm not even going to deny that. I have never played the whole game through to completion, but I have the first one, the remaster of it on PS4, because it was a PlayStation Plus game like a year and a half ago. And I started it, made it X amount of hours into it, got distracted by work, got distracted by other games, and just haven't went back to play it yet. And I want to go back and play it because I want to experience, at the very least, the first Last of Us. And I know the new series, whatever the new TV show that they're going to be doing is coming out, I think, sometime by the end of the year. And they're probably going to be doing a new game and this and that at some point in time too. But they want to remaster the first one to coincide with the fact that the show is based off the Ellie and Joel story from the first game. I get that. It's cool. It's a really popular game. I get that it's beloved and people want to see it look even better than it did in remastered, I guess, because a lot of gaming fans just want to keep seeing the older games get remastered and made better and better and better, whatever. I'm not going to deny that. I think that's a good thing, and it's cool that they're doing that. My thought on the whole matter is, and a lot of people online thought the same thing, and I'm just like, okay, it's cool that it's getting remastered, or whatever you would consider this as. It's not a remake, it's technically a remaster. It is redone to some extent, but it's a remaster. It's a remaster remake, kind of like coincides. It's not a full-blown remake, but it's not really a remaster, because they've already remastered the original. Why are we getting this soon? The Last of Us is not even 10 years old at this point. It's like 9. It was like 2013. It was a game that came out months leading up to the release of the PS4. The PS4 was released in 2013. It was, alongside the Xbox One, the second two systems released in the 8th generation, with the Wii U coming out in 2012. Before, 9th generation, the PS5, the Switch, and the Xbox Series SX. Before they remastered it and so on and so forth. It was released at the tail end of the generation. It's not even that old. It's 10 years old. There's games that are even older than that would benefit more from a remaster or a remake than something like The Last of Us, which you could just re-release maybe the remaster, or just do some sort of coincide if you want to throw 1 and 2 together in this big combo pack with maybe a few little extras or so on and so forth. You don't need to fully remaster or remake the first Last of Us when it's not even 10 years old. I get why they're doing it. They're advertising it for the new show. I get why they're doing it. It is a big popular game that people like GTA 5 are going to buy for the 10 billionth time. But why remaster that? Why remake that when there's a lot of franchises out there, Sony, that you could be remastering and remaking right now that haven't had a damn game in forever? Like, let me think of some. It'd be cool to see a remake of, like, Jet Moto. Remake the Jet Moto games. Where's Twisted Metal? There's a new show coming out Why isn't there a new Twisted Metal announced, or let alone a remaster or a remake? Siphon Filter, Unjammer Lammy, Parappa the Rapper, other stuff. Even though it's not fully your franchise, Soul Reaver and Legacy of Kain, even though I do believe the first Soul Reaver is getting a remake master thing from whoever owns the IP right now. There's a lot of franchises out there, Sony, that you own that would be cool and are older and more deserving of a remake master than something like The Last of Us, which it's all at this point marketing. It's all just coinciding with the next big television product and getting people back to play the original, which they can play right now. Just put it on the PlayStation 5 and maybe remaster it even more if you can go further than it. Then just remake it's like a semi-remake. Like, remake the original trilogy of Jak and Daxter. And I don't mean like the remaster that was on the PS3. A full-fledged remake of the Jak and Daxter original trilogy. Even throw in Jak X if you really want. That'd be cool. The original Sly Cooper trilogy. Or the original Ratchet and Clank trilogy. I'm not saying that you can't do The Last of Us, but you should wait a little bit longer. It's not even 10 years old. Like, when remasters and remakes come out, or should I say specifically remakes, I'm not even going to coincide because it's a totally different thing, a remaster and a remake. A remake happens of an older game. Those older games are at the very least 10 years old, which Last of Us hasn't even reached yet. So, I'm not going to say not to do it. I'm not going to say it doesn't deserve it, but it doesn't deserve it this soon, which is the problem. And a lot of gamers are calling them out on this because they want to just coincide and make money off the new show coming out. So people who never played the original, which if you've never played the original now and you probably played the sequel, why the hell did you not play the original? And if you've already played the original, why does it need a remake this soon? Maybe when the PlayStation 7 comes out or something, that'd be a time to remake it, or even PlayStation 6. Like, why remake it now? It's not that old. It was at the end of 7th generation. It was remastered on the 8th generation. Now you're doing a semi-pseudo remake on the 9th generation. No other company does it like that. Nintendo, Capcom, Microsoft, Square, Namco, Activision, freaking EA, Ubisoft, all these other companies. Well, I shouldn't say EA because EA would be doing something that really goddamn stupid too. Maybe even Activision for that matter. But a lot of other companies, when they remake games, they do it after a couple generations. It's barely been 2, because it was at the end of 7th. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm not going to discredit them for doing it, but I'm saying, like many other gamers, I see online, call them out on this, especially Matt McMuscles, and I think Maximilian Dude even said something. A lot of YouTubers said stuff. This game isn't that old, and there's loads of stuff Sony could be doing than that. Especially Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog, remake the Jak and Daxter trilogy, Jak X, and then give us Jak freaking 4. Oh my god, Sony. I'm just saying, I'd like to see a bunch of older games. When older games come back, especially that I grew up on, come out and get a remake, oh my god, like a lot of fans, the nostalgia will hit you. Like when Tony Hawk 1+2 came out, that hit me right here because I love the Tony Hawk games. I want to see them do 3 and 4 and Underground and whatnot and get remakes too, but we at least got the first 2. And hopefully one day can get the other ones. But like I said, it's not a problem with them doing it. It's just that I feel it is too soon. It's way too soon. Why can't we wait a little bit longer? I know the show's coming out, but is that really enough of a reason to freaking get this remake now instead of remaking something else? So you can, because people know Last of Us. The second one just came out a few years ago, for better or worse for some people, depending on who you're listening to and what you look at. Positives and negatives. I'm not even getting to that conversation in this video. And people like the game, but people know that game. There's a lot of these franchises that haven't gotten nothing. The whole point of like a remake is to bring back something from the dead and get newer fans and newer people into said product. Not something that people will know and remember most of the time. That's all I have to say here. It's not a bad thing that they're doing it. I'm not going to discredit them and be mad at them for doing it, but there's so many things right now Sony can be remaking if they want to go on the remake bandwagon then giving us Last of Us, the first one, which is not even 10 years old. So that's my thought process. My name is Snipe Has Fun. Put in the comment section what you guys think. Are you guys interested and hyped for this, remake of Last of Us 1? Or you guys saying, like, what about other insert franchises and games here? Because that's where I'm at, and that's not even me hating on them doing it. It's me questioning why can't we get something else? If you're going to be remakes, the whole point of a remake usually is to bring back something back from the past and make it nostalgic by rebuilding it. The Resident Evil 2 remake, the Resident Evil 1 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, freaking, a bunch of other games. Fighting games have done it. Freaking, oh my god. A lot of games over the years have done remakes. Why? And they're for older games. Like Pro Skater 1, 2, and so on and so forth. I would rather see something brought back a remake would totally change it up and make it fresh and new and unique than a game that a remake isn't going to do much of anything for. Besides just make it look a little bit nicer, a little bit prettier, a little more crisp. I think it's just kind of a waste of time at this point. Maybe they could have waited another 5 or 6 years, and then they could have did it. That's just my thought process. But yeah, put in the comment section what you guys think. My name is Snipe Has Fun. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day. I'll see you later in the next video, everyone. Bye.